The story of Hazrat Nooh, peace be upon him. Hazrat Nooh is one of the most prominent prophets in Islam, known for his patience, perseverance, and unwavering commitment to spreading the message of monotheism. His story, recounted in detail across various chapters of the Quran and supplemented by hadith, serves as a timeless reminder of faith, obedience, and the consequences of rejecting divine guidance. Early life and prophethood. Hazrat Nooh was sent by Allah to a society that had plunged into idol worship and moral decay. They had created idols named Wad, Suwa, Yagith, Yuak, and Nasr, which represented their ancestors. Over time, these idols became objects of worship, leading people away from Allah's oneness. Allah chose Nooh to guide his people back to the path of righteousness. Nooh began his mission with gentleness and wisdom, reminding them of Allah's blessings and calling them to worship none but Allah. In Surah Nuh verses 1-3, "Indeed, we sent Nooh to his people, saying, 'Warn your people before there comes to them a painful punishment.' He said, 'O my people, indeed I am to you a clear warner, saying, worship Allah, fear him, and obey me.' The people's rejection. Despite Noah's sincere efforts, his people arrogantly rejected his message. The influential leaders dismissed him, saying, in Surah Hud verses 27, "We do not see you but as a man like ourselves, and we do not see you followed except by those who are the lowest among us at first suggestion. And we do not see in you any merit over us. Rather, we think you are liars." They ridiculed him and his followers, accusing him of being deluded. Nooh responded with patience and continued to preach. He said, in Surah Hud verses 29, "O my people, I do not ask you for any wealth. My reward is not but from Allah, and I am not one to drive away those who have believed. Indeed, they will meet their Lord, but I see that you are a people behaving ignorantly." Nooh tried various methods to convey the message: public speeches, private discussions, and emotional appeals. He warned them of Allah's punishment and promised his mercy if they repented. In Surah Nuh verses 10-12, "And I said, ask forgiveness of your Lord. Indeed, he is ever a perpetual forgiver. He will send rain from the sky upon you in continuing showers, and give you increase in wealth and children, and provide for you gardens, and provide for you rivers." But the people stubbornly placed their fingers in their ears, covered themselves with their garments, and persisted in their disbelief. In Surah Nuh verses 6, "But my invitation increased them not except in flight, the long years of struggle." Hazrat Nooh preached to his people for 950 years, as mentioned in the Quran. In Surah Al-Ankabut verses 14, "And we certainly sent Nooh to his people, and he remained among them 1,000 years minus 50 years, and the flood seized them while they were wrongdoers." Throughout this time, only a small group of people accepted his message, while the majority continued to mock and oppose him. The disbelievers would challenge him arrogantly. In Surah Ash-Shu'ara verses 116, they said, "O Nooh, if you do not desist, you will surely be of those who are stoned." Hazrat Noah's supplication. Eventually, when Nooh realized that his people would never believe, he turned to Allah in earnest supplication. In Surah Nuh verses 26-27, "My Lord, do not leave upon the earth from among the disbelievers an inhabitant. Indeed, if you leave them, they will mislead your servants and not beget except wicked disbelievers." The command to build the ark. Allah commanded Nooh to construct a massive ark as a means of salvation for the believers. In Surah Hud verses 37, "And construct the ship under our observation and our inspiration, and do not address me concerning those who are wronged. Indeed, they are to be drowned." Despite being mocked by his people for building a ship on dry land, Nooh remained steadfast. In Surah Hud verses 38, "And every time the eminent among his people passed by him, they mocked him. He said, if you mock us, then we will mock you just as you mock." The ark was constructed according to Allah's precise instructions, made large enough to carry believers and pairs of animals. In Surah al-Mu'minin verses 27, so we inspired to him, construct the ship under our observation and our inspiration. And when our command comes and the oven overflows, put into it from every creature 2 mates in your family, except those for whom the decree of destruction has preceded. And do not address me concerning those who are wronged. Indeed, they are to be drowned. The great flood, when the time came, Allah's decree was fulfilled. Water gushed forth from the earth and poured down from the heavens. In Surah Al-Qamar verses 11 to 12, so we opened the gates of the heaven with rain pouring down, and we caused the earth to gush forth with springs. So the waters met for a matter already predestined. Nooh and the believers boarded the ark along with pairs of animals. However, one of his sons refused to join them, thinking he could escape the flood by climbing a mountain. Nooh pleaded with him. In Surah Hud verses 42, O my son, come aboard with us and do not be with the disbelievers. But his son replied, in Surah Hud verses 43, I will take refuge on a mountain to protect me from the water. A wave separated them and his son drowned. The waters receded. After the flood, Allah commanded the waters to subside, and the ark came to rest on Mount Judy. In Surah Hud verses 44, and it was said, O earth, swallow your water, and O sky, withhold your rain. And the water subsided, and the matter was accomplished, and the ship came to rest on the mountain of Judy. And it was said, away with the wrongdoing people, Nooh and the believers disembarked, beginning a new chapter for humanity. Nooh expressed his gratitude, and Allah promised blessings for the believers, while warning against returning to idolatry. Lessons from the story. The story of Hazrat Nooh provides profound lessons. 1. Patience and perseverance. Noah's 950 years of preaching demonstrate the importance of unwavering dedication. 2. Trust in Allah. His reliance on Allah's plan inspires believers to maintain faith even in adversity. 3. Consequences of arrogance. The fate of the disbelievers serves as a stark warning. 4. The power of supplication. Noah's heartfelt prayers highlight the importance of turning to Allah in times of distress. 5. Obedience to divine guidance. Building the ark despite mockery reflects the necessity of following Allah's commands without hesitation. Message for us. Hazrat Nooh remains a symbol of hope, resilience, and unwavering faith. His story reminds us of the importance of obedience to Allah and the ultimate triumph of truth over falsehood. The Quran and Hadith preserve this tale as a guiding light for humanity, urging us to reflect and remain steadfast in our faith.